Welcome to We Won't Finish This podcast, where we pitch movies to each other. Sometimes talk about our failures, but we'll never make the movies. I am Spaceman. This is Zeebz over here. He is going to be up tonight, but first he's going to tell you where you can find us.
You can listen on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, anywhere you get podcasts. Watch our live streams on Twitch and YouTube and hang out in the chat. We're live streaming right now. Hello if you're here.
Hello.
Please check us out on social media. We're on most platforms. That's the best way to find out when we'll be recording our next live stream. And you can find all those links at linktree/WWFTpod.
All right, so what do you have for us tonight?
Yeah, it's my turn. We take turns usually. I've got something that might hit a little close to home for you.
Okay.
Me as well. Probably me more than you. But we'll get into it. This is a movie about a man's struggle with his obsessive online gaming, how his gaming is ruining his life, and how his real life is ruining his gaming. The movie will cut from his real life to in-game fairly seamlessly.
Okay.
So I'm picturing this guy, he's all in. Like, I've known people that, they get out of work, like people's roommates, friends of mine that...
Oh, yeah, they're on a schedule?
Yes.
Okay.
And especially now with, like, the Discord chats, you can just you're in and on your phone all day,
Yeah, right.
And like I said, it's a little close to home because, like, I've been there. I've been that guy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not to that extent, but I've no life, at least,
Yeah, we've all known the person that's just gone way too deep into, like, World of Warcraft, and it shows.
Yeah, they're home from work and right into the room with the headset on, spending all their money on virtual hats.
Right. Like they would come home and say, like, I'm sorry, honey, but I've got to get on video games, but we both know.
So I'm picturing this guy as being so into it that, like, it's all he talks about.
Okay.
Tries to bring his real life, people he knows in his life into it.
Yeah.
But, like, even if they get in there, they kind of embarrass him in front of his virtual friends because they don't know what you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they don't know
they don't understand, like, all the background.
They don't,
all the lore here.
They just don't know how to play. They're noobs.
Okay.
They don't know the role playing. Yes, exactly. And then it'll get made fun of when he sees the real person in real life because they're like, that was the lamest thing I've ever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like I said, they're both kind of ruining each other. And the movie would have a flow back and forth, like a rhythm of, real life in game.
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing I got to ask, like, so, we've seen the South Park episode. So,
yeah.
And I'm not talking, completely in that vein. I'm sure there's, some homages to it, but, are we talking, like, as far as the video game part, seamlessly going back and forth? Are we picturing, like, if we're actually showing how it looks in the game, like, for, what South Park did with, when they would cut to it, it was still their voices, still them talking for the World of Warcraft characters.
Yeah,
but going there.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what we want to do, but it's on the table.
Okay.
But so I'm thinking that we'll just get into, like, the story I kind of have together here is the protagonist. I was kind of thinking, let's just call him Bork.
Bork? Okay.
You remember Bork, right?
I remember Bork.
Just to fill everybody in, Bork, he might even be famous. People might know, like, Bork.
Absolute legend.
But we saw him on, we fired up Rocket League to play it, and they had a thing where you could watch the championships.
Yeah, the esports, right?
Yeah, the esports championships. And we clicked it on, and they were interviewing a guy, Bork, who was just, he was the South Park, World of Warcraft guy, but younger, rotten teeth.
Yeah.
And
they're pretty bad.
The funniest part was that the thing was sponsored by, like, Brisk Iced Tea.
Yeah.
And Bork, everybody's drinking Brisk Iced Tea, 20 ounces.
Yeah,
and
they've all got him lined up. But Bork, on the other hand.
Bork's was suspiciously the color of Mountain Dew.
I would call it Mountain Dew-esque.
So,
for sure.
I think he may have... There was an agreement, you got to be drinking Brisk, and he's like, that's not my gamer fuel.
Do you have a label I could put over this one later?
So anyways, we'll call him Bork. So I'm thinking, he's... I don't know if this would be exactly the start, but this is where I'll start it, is that he's shown walking into work, very nice office building, looking like a slob. Wrinkled shirt, he's a neck beard, cowlicked hair.
Stains.
Everyone kind of rolls their eyes at him as he walks in, like it's obvious that he's not well liked there. He goes into a very nice office and starts gaming at his desk. And I was thinking we could work in a coworker that maybe plays the role of the guy that he brought into the game, but now just makes fun of him about it.
So just so I'm up to speed, he works at this place.
He has a nice, cushy job, nice office.
Okay, so he's like an accountant, essentially.
Seems to game all day.
Okay.
Well, we'll see.
Well, that's fair.
So, but I mean, I'm cushy job is what I've got. But
so one day he just shows up and it's sweatpants and I'm gaming.
It really had to be a cushy job. Or it had to be like he's living off some lawsuit money or something. Okay. You know what I mean? Which we could have went down that road, but there's not really much to like show. I mean, there could be an offhanded, like it wouldn't be a part of the movie. It would just be like, I've already got the money, you know?
So he just doesn't need to work. And
well, I think he does. I think he's fucking off is what's going on.
All right.
There. But so there's a time lapse. He looks at the clock, shuts down his computer, says goodbye on his way out, gets home, grabs a 2-liter Mountain Dew out of the fridge, pulls a Digiorno out of the oven, sits at his home desk, puts on a headset, and loads up the same game he was playing at work. The game is called Orb Masters.
Orb Masters?
Orb.
Okay.
O-R-B.
O-R-B.
The end game is shown. He walks in, and he's a very highly respected player with a prominent role in his guild. Everybody's welcoming him with open arms.
Okay, so this is like an MMO, like...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Everyone bows as he enters the guild hall. Players are constantly running up to him, asking about guild-related matters. He has a smart answer for everything and shows he is a very competent in this world.
Yeah. That's where he shines.
Well, so we have characters are introduced. A very deep, powerful voice character with lightning abilities, who seems to be Bork's second in command, named Dark X Requiem.
How do you think they would pronounce that?
Dark X Requiem.
Everywhere he goes, like they just look at him as there he goes.
So the reason we say this is because once again, you play Rocket League or any online game, you see a bunch of different online names come through, and some of them just have this. How would you really describe it? What's the word for it? Like, trying to be like mysterious and dark.
They're edgy and like, they're probably good at this game.
So when we see a name like that come in there without even explaining, we just in that voice, we'll repeat it like Dark X Requiem.
Here comes Phoenix.
And then we look at how bad it is. So anyway, so that's the second, and this deep, powerful voice, like obviously it's, I'm picturing for some reason like a Shredder helmet, but anyways, a girl that clearly has affection towards him named Nerd Cakes.
Okay.
A paladin type who uses a falconry glove named Skyscraper.
Oh God. All right.
A group of his soldiers.
See the theme here.
Yeah, a group of his soldiers who are barbaric and savage, and they speak in an almost caveman speak. They are called the Ungabungas.
The Ungabungas have made it. All right.
Yes. So we heard of Ungabungas in playing a game, Ark or Survival Evolved, a game like this. And anyways, so I looked it up because I was like, is that something, or were these guys just hilarious?
I mean, it was a bit, but yes.
So Ungabunga refers to a popular nonsensical phrase used as slang expression for going all out or to crunk like a madman.
I did not know that.
In gaming, it is a play style that relies on brute strength or extreme aggro in combat.
I just took it as you were cavemen.
Well, that's kind of what I was thinking until I slapped Ungabungas on it, and then I Googled it, and it became much more than that.
Okay.
But anyways, there's a group of them. They're like just the brute soldiers.
Okay. So well, let's explore them a little bit further here.
Okay.
So
I'd love to.
Yeah. All right. So. Skyscraper.
Yeah.
I want to visit this first. All right, so what is the level of training for Skyscraper? What can Skyscraper do?
He can sick falcons on people. He's got a glove with the falcon on it.
Oh, so that's their name. I thought this was Nerd Cakes and the Falcon.
These are like their online names.
Okay.
This is how they know each other.
Okay.
So we have Bork, Dark X Requiem, Nerd Cakes, and Skyscraper. I'm sorry. Dark X Requiem and Skyscraper.
Okay.
And the Ungabungas.
Okay.
Which I haven't named all of them, but it's a group of them.
It's a guy. I can picture the Ungabungas. We all can.
And then if you have any others, please throw.
there's I'm sure there's plenty, but okay. So what kind of game is this? We'll kind of start with that. Because like if you're talking like guilds and everything like that, I am picturing more of like the World of Warcraft, you know, the Elder Scrolls Online. So
Yeah, something like that, you know.
Okay. All right.
'Cause I don't know if you heard Dark Axe Requiem has lightning abilities. So there's obviously like spell casting.
Oh, so he's the mage. Okay.
But he like a dark, tough. People fear Dark
Yeah,
Axe Requiem.
he's got like armor and it's like
Yeah.
big. Okay.
So
and then the wizard hat.
yeah, and then I feel like Girl Gamer, what was it, Nerd Cakes.
Yeah.
She's obviously he's won her heart. He's the guild leader.
Yeah.
I don't know
he's a
if I
big
said
deal.
that yet.
Yeah. So, you know, he steps into this role and he's just like, you know, the leader of all these people. So what are these people in their normal lives? You know, are we saving that, or is that something we can delve into?
Well, you can. I don't really have much on that, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, the worlds will collide, I will say, but I haven't. Not really much a backstory.
Why am I picturing like Kristen Shaw as
I don't know who that is.
Nerd Cakes? Have you seen Last Man on Earth?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
You got it.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
yeah, like I don't know why, but I'm picturing that. So if that's not the character, then sorry, but that's what I'm
No,
picturing.
well, I have a spin on it, but honestly, we won't finish this podcast.
Yeah.
We can just say all the endings, and you can decide which one you like best.
Yeah,
you know,
whichever
so.
one you want to recant to yourself tomorrow. I mean, that's great. That's
sure.
you. It's choose your own adventure if you.
So, players are all speaking in character dramatically, and then one of them breaks character to mention how late it's getting, and Bork says he has to be to work in 4 hours. Is everyone getting off? Okay, I will too. You know, like he would have kept going.
Bummed
you know?
out, right? It's like
So-
7 a.m.
He sleeps at his desk, looks like total shit. Whenever anyone talks to him, he only talks about the game. They all roll their eyes. It's mentioned that he is up for a promotion. It would allow him to be paid much more.
Even after all this,
Yeah.
how long has he been doing this?
It is obvious people in the office think he's undeserving.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah.
What kind of, I want this job.
So back at home, he does the same Mountain Dew pizza routine. I'm picturing it just like that's how you know he's
Oh, yeah.
home.
Yeah,
It's just like
fridge full of that, freezer full.
you just see the
Digiorno.
and then he's back at his computer, you know. So he gets online. He's once again praised by everyone and is told how they have won yet another battle against the opposing guild.
Okay.
It is mentioned that he is going to win the next guild election by a landslide.
Selections. Okay.
Oh yeah, you gotta. I mean, this takes dedication.
Yeah,
Of course.
I see that.
So if his guild wins against the rivals in the next server event, it will finish a war that has been raging a long time. Friday at 8 p.m. They have control of the most power orbs, making them nearly unstoppable. Remember, this is Orb Master.
Okay, yeah, I keep forgetting it's
So
Orb
they
Master.
have
Right.
control of the most, making them they're the shit right now. They're guild.
Yeah, yeah.
They're running this
They're on
server.
top,
They're
right.
the alpha.
Yep, they are the alpha. Okay.
Or what do they call it? The alpha tribe.
Yeah,
is
there
what it
you
was
go.
in
Yep, alpha
art.
tribe.
Sorry, that's for very few people. Okay, so then they repeat the bedtime routine. Okay, it's late. I gotta go. He shows up noticeably late to work, and everyone is shitty to him.
Okay. Yeah, it's like 10:30 a.m.
Yeah, he walks into his office to see a man already sitting at his desk looking at his computer. It's his dad.
Okay.
He calls him out for how many hours he has logged in this game at his computer, his work computer. He explains he only has his job because his dad runs the place.
Okay.
It's a cushy job that pays well. He doesn't even really have to work. Just keep up appearances and look like a respectable person to the other staff. Basically, his dad doesn't want him to think he spawned a slug.
Why is this quickly turning into an Adam Sandler movie? Why do I feel like we're gravitating that way?
Really?
A little bit. I don't
Okay.
know why
I mean,
now.
I
not necessarily Sandler in the role, but like, Sandler adjacent.
okay. No, I'm not even going to take offense to it. You're right. I can throw this other. I got the rest of it. I'll throw it away. But so, anyways, keep up appearances. Look like a respectable person.
So Shooter McGavin's telling him this, basically.
That's a great person to get to play it.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
kind of what I'm picturing.
He will get the promotion if he can just clean himself up and make a good impression at a business dinner Friday at 8 p.m.
Right at 8 p.m. Okay, so
Yes.
there is a conflict
This is
of
the
interest.
first major conflict. So his dad ends the conversation by telling him he has uninstalled the game from his work PC and blocked the connection on the firewall. Bork panics, cries at his desk, makes himself puke, and goes home sick within an hour.
All right.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, I do have a little bit. I don't know. This one, like, I still am sorry. I can't get over Shooter McGavin. I just can't.
That's
like I'm
that's
picturing
the
it there
perfect
now.
father for Bork.
Like he just like as soon as he hits like delete, he's like, just does it right away. I just can't get past it. So he deletes this. Why am I picturing that his dad sold his account too, and now he has to just grind out to get back to where he was?
Well, there will be hardship.
Okay,
We'll explain.
All right.
A lot of grinding, actually. But
Right. Not sure I like that.
so, anyways, he leaves home sick. You just can't handle it. It's too much stress. Mountain Dew pizza. Everyone hails him in the game and praises him for being online earlier than normal. He explains that he would do anything for the guild, and that's why he's here earlier.
Yep. Okay.
Then he tells them he will miss the event on Friday.
Mhm.
They're very disappointed and telling him how big of a mistake it will be as they need his powerful spellcasting to win. He assures them that they can win without him and that Dark X Requiem is powerful enough to defend their orbs.
Dark X Requiem. Him and his
Yeah.
lightning powers, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's fit.
So-
that's good.
Cut to the business dinner. Bork has cleaned up. His dad and two other business-looking gentlemen are there eating dinner with him. The dinner goes well, and as Bork doesn't talk much, he's highly distracted with his phone the entire time, checking the game's chat app. The business guys are impressed with Bork and think the phone stuff is about business or women and keep cracking jokes about how he's so motivated. Dad goes along with it but knows the truth.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
The dinner ends with the guys saying, "This was great. Let's do it again next Friday." This is when game events usually happen, and
Okay.
it will ruin everything.
So it's a continued hindrance upon his gaming. So
Oh yeah,
okay,
the
big
worlds
time.
we're colliding here.
So he's got this regular shindig here that's overlapping with his gaming.
That's just popped into existence. The promotion relies on it. His dad's gonna be furious.
Yeah. Now are we getting into questions like, does he want the promotion? If it's going to get in the way of his gaming, has he really searched his soul?
You know, that's a pretty good spin. I think that the way I had kind of thought of it is he wants whatever his dad tells him to do up there, because otherwise this guy would be washing dishes at.
If that,
You know.
he'd probably be just asking his dad for money.
Yeah. So it's
go total leech,
well, and if he'll even give it to him.
right?
You know, so that's kind of the thing is I kind of looked at he would just whatever his dad comes in and tells him to do, he's like, oh yeah, sure, okay.
All right.
But I do like your angle of it is, but then
Yeah, because we're getting into like,
George Costanza getting fired or Step Brothers, we're here to fuck
Yeah,
shit up,
right?
you know?
Yeah, is he gonna drag like the World Series whatever behind his car on the way out? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
exactly.
So, all right, now, does his dad own the company or anything? Is it?
Yeah, I feel like his dad's just
Okay.
running the show.
Okay.
I don't know what they do,
All right.
anything.
So really, the dad, Shooter McGavin's trying to prop him up to, succeed him. I would assume.
He just doesn't want the people that work there and that are in his life to think he spawned a slug.
Okay. All right. So it's a bit of
You
a
know.
pride issue too. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's wounding his pride. So he needs to get his idiot.
Yeah, it's like
son
just
off these
just
video
show
games.
up on time. You don't even have to work.
Yeah.
Just at least look like you're somebody who could have a job.
Yeah. So like you play online games, can you at least do data entry, please?
Just talk about something that isn't that video game.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that's
Yeah,
where
just
his
show him,
dad's.
don't be weird and you're fine.
Yeah.
Like, and try not to have any ideas.
Yeah. So anyway, so then the business guys love him. They don't even realize he's just all in on some game.
Yeah.
He thinks that this kid's doing well because that's what the dad told him. So they're like, hey, let's do it all the time. And this is another company. They're going to do big business with his dad. So his dad's, he wants to, let's, sure.
Yeah,
Like he's
right.
now trying to kiss ass to them. So anyways, they leave the dinner. In the parking lot, the dad lays into Bork. Tells him the game is ruining his life and he needs to get his priorities straight. Those guys are from another company that is considering a huge partnership. Bork's position at work is at stake if they join the board and see how he really is. His dad...
Sorry, so I'm picturing Shooter McGavin just walks up, puts his hand just right on your shoulder. It's like, Bork,
My shoulder.
I'm gonna need you to get your shit together. I don't know.
Yeah.
I picture
Yeah.
that. It's pretty good.
That could work. So his dad tells him that they're starting to play racquetball on Tuesdays and Thursdays to help him get in shape, meet people, and get off of the game. So
Okay.
we're talking about lifestyle changes for Bork
Yeah.
now.
Now they need him to get healthy. So where is his Digiorno and Mountain Dew time gonna go?
Well, Bork races home to get on the game and logs in to see that his guild's base, because the event, remember?
Oh yeah.
The whole time the event's been happening.
Yep.
So he races home, logs in to see that his guild's base is a pile of rubble.
Just a smoking ruin.
Players are lying around screaming. They were destroyed in the event. Everyone is clearly upset that Bork was not there.
Yeah. What happened to the orbs?
Like
I'm concerned.
Well, I'm
about
assuming
the
they
orbs.
lost some orbs.
Okay.
But they praised Dark X Requiem for hanging in there and almost winning it. Bork hates this new development. Everyone starts explaining that it's okay, life happens. They'll win the next one with Bork's help. And then he explains that he'll be gone the next Friday as well, and also he'll be gone for racquetball times. And there's a silence that is deafening.
Uh-huh. I don't even know you anymore.
Well, just serious election worries, for sure.
Oh,
you
yeah.
remember the election hangs
it's
in
a
the balance.
crisis.
So now that's the struggle right now, is he's up for a real-life promotion.
Yep.
That's a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Just don't
it's
fuck
easy.
it up.
Just don't be weird.
Literally
You got
just
it.
don't play this game. Pretty much.
Don't smell and show up.
Shave your neck.
That's
And
it.
but then he's got the guild election.
Uh-huh.
And you can obviously, see priorities.
So clearly.
So Bork stays up super late because the whole village needs to be rebuilt and he needs to keep up appearances. Because remember, I'm thinking the first time we see this place, it's like a huge sprawling castle with a village. There's dragons flying around with people on them. Like,
yeah, tons of just farms and, like wildlife.
it's thriving.
Yeah,
You
okay.
know, and then now it's just rubble. And okay, this needs to be, we got to chop down a lot of trees to get the wood to rebuild this village. So he stays up super late trying to keep up appearances with the guild.
Yeah,
You know,
of course.
Because
It's
I've been,
important.
So it becomes an all-nighter as he doesn't want to go to bed before Dark X Requiem.
Okay, so there's tension.
He senses a brewing tension.
Okay.
Cut to him sleeping at his desk at work. Pulled an
Okay.
all-nighter, right?
So with Dark X Requiem, does he, excuse me, Dark X Requiem, does he notice the tension at all?
I mean, he might be gunning for him.
Okay.
He might be, maybe
Yeah.
he's gunning for his
Yeah,
guild leader spot.
Easily here
know?
is Dark X, Dark X Requiem. I gotta get the right inflection.
Yeah, of course.
So he's just oblivious, or maybe he's trying to weasel him out of the job.
I'm thinking weasel him out of the job.
Okay. So he's earning his stripes, proven.
Yes.
Okay.
So now we have racquetball with Dad. He's playing duos against another elderly couple, and they just get stomped because Bork is so out of breath and his dad is furious.
Just flabby.
Yeah, I'm picturing Shooter McGavin just throwing the racket, like breaking a racket in half. Tells him he needs to quit the video game for good and start exercising more. They're going to jog every morning before work, which is early. And the dad buys him some weights and tells him to start working out at home. Mountain Dew pizza.
Yeah. Where is the time going? So now he's doing racquetball. He's doing this
Jogging every morning.
Jogging every morning. He's doing the shindig every Friday. So, what is the guild gonna think?
Well, Mountain Dew pizza. We're back. She's back at home. Bork is playing his game with the weights on the floor untouched next to him. He knows that his new schedule will ruin his spot with the guild. What can he do? He decides to drop one of the weights right on his foot purposely to break it. And I'm thinking,
there's nothing like quality gaming time, like an injury to put me here.
having a broken foot. So, I mean, we found a solution.
Yeah,
right?
we have self-maiming to get himself some video.
I'm
game
also
time.
thinking it could take him a few times. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just a one and done. Like, he's got to make sure, like, this has to be bad enough I can't go to business dinners. You know?
It has to be shattered and like. It's like, what? Why couldn't he have crutches?
So,
It's like, I mean, wheelchairs are an option.
yeah.
So he just refuses to go. Sorry, my
So-
foot's broken.
And I think
no.
And a guy like this, I feel like he would use it to throw it back at his dad's face and be like, if you didn't give me the weights, I wouldn't have a broken foot.
You never would have forced me to have these weights in the room with me that I did.
I feel like he would completely like try to blame his dad for like, you gave me the weights that broke my foot.
Yeah, I was trying to work out and look what happened.
Great idea, Dad.
Yeah.
So anyway, are you trying to kill me? So at the doctor, he is shown a foot cast and being told he needs to stay off the foot, which he is smiling uncontrollably while being told all these things. Like I'm thinking, like yes,
Just game noises going on in the back of his head.
exactly. And he asks if he should also take time off work or cancel any dinners, and they tell him he can still work a desk job and go to dinners, and he is super pissed.
Could he ask, like, hey, could you please not include that on my note?
So it's at least no jogging and racquetball for him. You know what I mean? It's a small victory.
Yeah, okay.
But so at work, he enters on crutches, and his dad praises him in front of everyone for being such a good worker and coming in after being at the hospital all night. In reality, he went to bed earlier than normal because he was so tired from racquetball and the meds. He is awarded the promotion. Everyone claps, but it's clear they hate him. And in private, his dad calls him out for the injury.
He thinks he did it himself?
Well, it's just like, come on, dude.
How
like,
convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like
okay.
he's a little smarter than that. So I'm thinking that, yes, he tells him.
Okay.
So Mountain Dew, pizza, bag at home, broken foot. He logs in, and the ballots are being counted for the new guild position, and Dark X Requiem wins it.
Oh, boy. He is out of a job.
Well, he's devastated.
Okay.
Definitely devastated. And they get in a heated argument about how it's because of his limited availability, I'm sorry. And he argues that he broke his foot to play more. And everyone's shocked.
Yeah, could you imagine making that argument?
Well,
like, I broke my foot to be here.
That's what I'm saying, is he tells them that, like, exactly. That's how it goes down, and everyone is just shocked. And they're like, that's absolutely crazy. And he goes on a crazy, I did it for you, Mark. And then I'm thinking, I'm picturing him, like, being like, I did it for you, and looking at that nerd cakes girl, and then being like, I did it for all of you, like trying to
just play it off.
Well, he's losing everything. Everything's falling apart. He's losing nerd cakes, which we never
guild
really
is
get
in
into.
smolders. Like he's losing the girl he loves.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know.
He now doesn't control the guild anymore, and she's probably all about Dark X Requiem.
Yeah, and even worse, it's Dark X.
Yes. So he just starts flailing and saying really embarrassing and hostile things to everyone. It's clear he's on the outs with the guild. Dark X Requiem tells him that they will have a trial to decide whether he can even remain in the guild.
He's about to get exiled?
Well, I mean, all the things that he said, whatever.
Okay.
So in the meantime, he will be placed in the stocks. Bork panics, and he quickly grabs the power orbs and logs off with them.
Okay, so he's taken their source of power and logged off.
Yes.
So it is essentially hostage.
I don't even know exactly what these orbs do.
Yeah.
I was like, what would it be?
Yeah, they're just orbs, whatever.
So this removes it from the server until he logs back in.
Okay.
So the guild now has just lost all their power.
Okay.
There's nothing to do here. So everyone else stands there stunned for a second, and then they just start screaming, oh my God. Like, so
That son of a bitch took the orbs.
yeah, I mean, because he's just devastated. I mean, however many people you think would be in a guild on that.
Yeah, you look into Scrooge McDuck vault. My orbs, they're gone.
They're done for. They're no longer the Orb Masters.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing he's just got to blow him off at this point. Like he's just goes to work. He's just getting messages like crazy.
Yeah, just phone
And
blowing
just
up. I'm gonna sit here and do my desk job.
Exactly. So I'm thinking that this would be a big shift in the movie where like they're constantly getting DM'd by these people. He's like, I can't even read this. Fuck.
Gonna be a montage.
Maybe, but I'm picturing it being like it could be a montage because I'm picturing him getting into shape.
Yeah.
He's shifted his priorities, starts actually focusing on work.
Like he's lifting up the dumbbell and looks at his foot and like shakes his head and just like keeps going.
Not this time. So like his foot heals, he gets in better shape. His dad seems happy with him, finally. And in the meantime, the people in the guild are falling apart.
Yeah.
Skyscraper, Dark X Requiem, Nerd Cakes,
Okay.
the Unga Bungas.
Oh yeah.
We didn't even do anything with the Unga Bungas
Has
yet.
anybody thought of the Unga Bungas here?
No, I even forgot about them. But so nobody knows what to do here, right? They've lost their power source. They have no way to recover it unless Bork comes back. He won't return the DMs, and they don't know what to do. Nerd Cakes reveals that she knows his address because he has mailed her many, many, many gifts.
Oh no. He's gonna get swatted.
a plan is hatched. Well,
No.
so at this point, I'm thinking this is where it gets a little. This is where the worlds legitimately collide.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that he's going to start getting a series of in-person attacks from these players. They're all very inept mall ninjas who are trying to use their in-game skills in real life and fail miserably.
Okay,
Is kind
so
of
somebody's running up with some nunchucks and like hits themselves in the back.
Yes.
Wow.
well, yeah, and I'm thinking that they trickle in kind of one by one,
Okay.
so we can. It'll be more interesting. We can really define what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like the Foot Clan showing up.
And we'll just say like some live closer than others,
Yeah.
so they send in the closer ones. So I think the Unga Bungas show up first.
Okay.
And I'm picturing them all being super fat, and he essentially just outruns them over and over again, like several times in a weekend.
They show up to attack him. And it's like, well, you can't catch me, and it just runs off.
I'm thinking that he runs off, and he's like, whew, like they get out of their car, and they've got their, nunchucks and throwing
like,
stars.
The scooter can't go that fast.
There could be scooters. And I'm picturing that he sees them once, and they make their big display of their weapons.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh my gosh, and they say Unga Bunga, and he's like, oh Jesus Christ, I know what's about to happen. So then he just blows their doors off on foot, and he's gone. And then 2 hours later, they pull up in a car with the suspension all busted.
Yeah, I was just saying, you just hear the
he just
gate going down.
He just pulls up, and then he's just like, oh yeah, and he just starts running again, and then they're just
sorry, but I'm picturing them the gates going down. They're coming out of this van. It's on a rascal screw or something. He's just revving the engine ready to just go right after this guy.
Yeah, so that's I'm thinking that this could literally, it's just like a whole weekend of him just outrunning them every few hours. They pull up in a car, as soon as they get out, he runs, and then he's gone. So he just gets a glimpse of him, and so they eventually just give up. And then I'm thinking that the next attacker would have to be Skyscraper,
Okay.
who I'm assuming would go and buy a real falcon in falconry glove. And I think that would just come out to Bork is leaving his house to go to work or start jogging. He's in shape. And he steps out of his house just to hear the faint screams of Skyscraper in a car being attacked by a falcon in the driver's seat.
Just driving by
No, just literally probably just staked out, parked in front of his house. So he just step out and just hear a muffled and it's just him just holding a bird and just feathers and wings.
Just screaming and spitting out feathers at the same time.
Yeah, and it's brutal, and he's like, what the hell is that? And just kind of keeps jogging, and he doesn't even know what the hell just happened. I'm thinking Nerd Cakes would call him and kind of I want to meet you in real life. I miss you.
Oh boy.
I don't
honeypot.
I don't care about any of this game stuff. I genuinely miss you. And I'm thinking it would be a thing where he's like, I miss you too. And he's they're almost gonna have a moment, but then he remembers she voted against him.
Oh,
so
getting a little spicy.
This must be a trick, and you're probably ugly. Is probably I think where it would go. And then if you could think of any other,
I mean, that about sums it up. It's probably what would about happen with a guy like Bork. It's about the expected.
I think that's what it would be. This is all a trick. This isn't going to be worth it anyways.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to have good views on women. Probably none of them.
No.
Yeah, so I'm not rooting for this guy. Definitely not. At this point.
No.
I kind of hate that he got this promotion now.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
Yeah, all right.
It's really
look at the
annoying
Falcons.
that if he'd just combed his hair and showed up on time, he probably could have continued to get away with just playing video games at his desk all day, and he still screwed that up. I hate Bork.
Yeah. I was, for some reason, was making him up to be the hero of this for now, and I just realized anti-hero isn't even really the right term here. I don't know. He just sucks. I don't know what the term is.
Yeah, he's just the center of this.
Yeah.
Essentially, as being the guild leader. He's the great and powerful Bork.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
Bork Almighty.
He's been running this guild, and he's been doing a damn fine job until his real life started.
Until real life started, forgetting the boundaries.
Started getting too real.
Yeah.
But so I'm thinking that I said what else, and we've forgotten somebody.
Okay.
Dark X Requiem.
X Requiem.
And he has a lightning attack. I think it would literally just be like a 14-year-old kid skateboarding up to Bork in a parking lot
With a
and,
taser.
and just tasing him and pushing him in his car, stealing his car, and driving off with him.
Stealing. Okay, so he's abducting.
He's like 14.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's a voice changer. He had a deep, powerful voice. He runs the guild now. He's the only one that has enough time. It's like summertime.
So he's gonna show up and
Summer vacation. He took over the guild.
all right.
You know?
I think I know where we're going, but let's move on.
Well, where do you think we're going?
Okay, I think he's getting thrown in the back. Like, I mean, if I were Dark X Requiem, I would take his wallet, check his ID, take him home. I would log in, and I would give myself some orbs. That's where I would go with it.
Bork wakes up tied to a chair in front of a computer showing an Orb Master's login screen.
Okay.
Dark X Requiem is torturing him. Skyscraper is there too, covered in bandages and ripped clothing.
Okay.
No Falcon.
All right. I mean, I know you're going somewhere with this, but I want to throw something out there as a recommendation in case we don't get to it.
Okay.
The password for his account needs to be what was the girl's name again?
Like Nerd Cakes.
It needs to be Nerd Cakes. Like he has to either tell them or he has to type it in, and it's just a further embarrassment.
Yeah. So I'm picturing Skyscraper's there, like I said, no Falcon in sight. Like I'm picturing him be like, yeah, it flew away. Like, thank God. Like he's like
Right.
he's very rattled.
Cost me a few $1,000s, but
yeah. So his other guild members, I'm thinking anybody else that isn't in this room, Nerd Cakes, whatever, Unga Bungas, they're watching on a webcam too. Like everybody wants this, and including Nerd Cakes, who is very attractive, I want to say, on the webcam.
Okay. So we have smoking hot Nerd Cakes.
Yes, and they're all watching him, and they're just like, look at him. He's pathetic, you know. He's in shape now, and Dark X Requiem is forcing Mountain Dew down his throat, almost like a waterboard torture.
So, like, at this point, we're like, the guy still sucks. Obviously, we know that, but they're like trying to embarrass a guy that's like clearly in superior shape and
bettered himself.
Yeah, clearly doing okay.
He outran half the guild was his main defense, but just like I have more stamina.
It was like, well, we're still gonna try to do something here, but like we can't exactly make fun of him being fat 'cause he's not.
So I think he would basically waterboard him with Mountain Dew for essentially days.
Okay.
And I was thinking he couldn't sleep because of all the Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
that'd be the other part. And then once he's got a taste of the dew, maybe the torture transitions to withholding the Mountain Dew.
Oh boy.
And eating Digiorno in front of him until he cracks.
Or just like I think a good torture for that would be like you always overcook the Digiorno. Like you can always like be at a distance and smell it burning.
Bork don't care.
Look, I don't know. You
Bork don't care.
Pizza.
I've borked burnt pizza.
You borked burnt pizza.
Of course.
All right, fair.
So I'm thinking after all this torture, he finally agrees to log in, give them the orbs, if they let him return to the guild. They agree, but he'll have to start at the bottom. And he asks if Nerd Cakes will ever forgive him. She says yes, but only after he re-earns their trust.
Okay. So he's going to get some kind of mission, I'm assuming here.
I think it's going to be a lot less fun than that.
Okay. All right. Well,
I think it's going to be, I mean, he's at the bottom.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
he's
going to
not an
out there
adventurer.
chopping wood. Like,
yeah. So he logs in, hands over the orbs. He's immediately restrained and placed in the stocks. Dark X Requiem and Skyscraper tell him he did the right thing, and they will release him from the stocks in 24 hours. They leave, and when they're walking out the door, this is in real life.
Okay.
When Dark X Requiem and Skyscraper walk out the door, I'm thinking you just like hear birds chirping, and Skyscraper's like, ah.
I keep picturing when this person like shows up on screen, there's just that eagle or hawk noise or whatever just in the background. Well, I guess that is kind of like Cobra Kai now I think about it with the hawk character.
What was it?
Not that.
What was it? Ernest Scared Stupid, where they lost the golf cart and it just kept driving. This would just be like like they throughout the movie you just kept seeing it, and then at the end it came in and ran into like the bad guy or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember specifically.
Yeah, I mean it's been a long time.
It was Ernest Goes to Camp. I mean,
okay, I don't know if I've seen Ernest Goes to Camp.
I like
Ernest
it.
Scared Stupid, yes.
I like it, but he does sing.
Ooh, that's on the rough. What song is it?
I think it's a one and only. I can't remember for sure, but he sings. I believe it might be with a turtle biting his nose.
Okay. All right, so what would a good song be? Like, what would we accept from Jim Varney for singing?
Like a Kermit the Frog song
I don't know. Like, what,
with a Rainbow Connection.
look at it, probably like he just gets out there and starts belting out some chili peppers. Like, I don't know.
He does, in a weird way. I think he has the same skin as Anthony Kiedis.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. That's a weird thing to say. So, anyways, he's in the stocks now.
Okay.
In the game, he sits at his computer just looking at the screen when his dad walks in to see him gaming. There's DiGiorno's and Mountain Dew bottles everywhere because of all the torture.
Oh yeah.
As well as Mountain Dew spilled all over him in the room.
Looking like he's gone on a straight up bender.
So I'm thinking at this point, he's going to fight his dad in the
like a physical fight.
Yes, because I don't think there's anything funnier than fighting your dad.
I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. All right, so like, how in shape is Bork at this point?
I think he's pretty in shape. Like, it's been like a few months of just hard hitting it.
Yeah, so this is not cool that he's fighting his dad. Like,
well, I think he's not killing him. I mean, it's Shooter McGavin.
He's gonna put his dad in the hospital.
It's Shooter McGavin. No, but I just so when I this is gonna be funny, but a weird story. But when I was in like middle school, there was a family down the road that had a bunch of brothers, and the dad was like kind of really hard on all of them. And there was a point where I remember it was like they all knew the one brother was gonna fight the dad. Like they were almost the younger brothers were like egging him onto it. And then it happened. I wasn't there, but the way he told me the story was literally like he's arguing with his dad, and they're both talking like, "Yeah, we know we're gonna fight one of these times." And his dad was like, "Yeah, I will when I'm ready," and got out of the couch like act like he's walking away, and then lunged at him, and like he turned him over, and whatever. And then he said he ended up in a weird position where he like had his dad in like a bear hug from behind, and was just digging his chin into his back. And it's like it's the strangest thing. But you got
going on here?
You got to think of how hilarious it is.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, it's an awful situation, but it was one of those like, dude, I heard this story, and he was like, I was like, you beat up your dad? I was like, you Jay Leno chinned his back?
Yeah, right.
Like, it was like, I don't think anybody ever punched anybody. I think it was a weird like wrestling match.
I've never heard of a chin
But
used as a
for
weapon.
I mean, I don't know. Since I heard that story, for some reason, fighting your dad has been like the funniest thing in my head. For like a legitimate throwdown. I'm sure there's a lot of people it's not a funny story.
It's probably not at all.
I'm sorry for that. But if you're looking at it from maybe a fair fight or where nobody really knows what to do. Anyways, maybe they don't fight.
All right. Maybe they don't.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it's just a heated exchange.
We're off the rails. So I'm thinking that he tells his dad that Nerd Cakes is his girlfriend now.
Okay,
like
so
maybe in the fight.
I mean, he's completely lying at this point. So
he might just be confused, but yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's not true.
it's not a lie.
Yeah.
You believe it?
And he tells him he doesn't want the job, and he's never felt more powerful. Unemployed.
Okay, unemployed.
Unemployed in a room full of Mountain Dew and DiGiorno's, deciding that he is going to dive right into this game.
Yeah, like I am devoting my life to this game now. No distractions.
So, I'm thinking that it cuts him in the game, and he is just shown just working in a field.
Okay.
Like he's doing the grunt work.
He's out there like, picking carrots and stuff probably.
He's at the extreme bottom, just gathering wood and resources and like just what nobody wants to do. And I'm thinking he hauls a large harvest towards the enormous guild building, but it's completely empty. Before there were dragons flying everywhere, people coming up to him, and he only sees one person. And he asks where everyone is, and they explain that they're playing a new game. This one sucks now. The guild is probably over, and he can have it.
Okay, like this is giving me like there's an episode of Twilight Zone it's reminding me of right now. It's this guy, he's in the apocalypse. He's got these giant glasses. And like the apocalypse happening, and he's the only one. He's the only one left. And he was like, "Now I have time for all these books," and then his glasses break.
Yeah.
So are we about to lose a graphics card?
I was thinking. Listen, when I thought of this, I pondered a lot of things. I pondered what would he like, just trashing his apartment because his like computer died.
Yeah.
Or maybe that became a part of these attacks, is that some of these people were like attacking his computer
Oh man.
rather than him.
Mm-hmm.
I did think of a lot of those. So, but it was just, I thought it'd be more funny to do the mall ninja
Yeah. Oh yeah.
kind of thing, and the Falcon getting attacked in his car.
No, it's good. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's I'm trying to think, like, the ending there with him. I feel like there's some other options we can explore too.
Well,
I like it.
I'll just finish my notes and then we'll get into it.
Okay.
Because my last
That's
note
fair.
literally says, he asks the guy, "Where's Nerd Cakes?" And he replies, "Her and Dark X Requiem are now dating and don't game much anymore. They're traveling the world with Dark's Dogecoin earnings."
Okay, so they're just living large on Dogecoin. Okay, I like that. That's pretty good.
And he was like 14.
Yeah. Oh,
There's like some like smoking hot, whatever. But
it was like, as soon as I'm 18, we're getting married.
yeah, but in the meantime, we'll travel the world.
Yeah, I'm a Dogecoin millionaire.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I like that. So things don't really work out for Bork, do they?
Well, they do and they don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of a be careful what you wish for,
It's
like
got
you
all
said,
the
with
time in the world, right?
there's time now.
Yeah,
there was time now when the glasses are broken and the guy, Twilight Zone guy, can't read his books.
Yeah, just walking around this giant empty guild.
So yeah, that's essentially what it is. And then
Yeah.
not only that, can you really defend these orbs?
Yeah,
There's other
right.
people out there. Well, I don't know. Maybe everybody left. Maybe the whole
So-
server's gone. There's a new game. This one sucks now.
Yeah, and like basically his last act is he just has all the orbs in his inventory and he just logs out forever. That final time, just so he can hang on to that power.
Yeah, there could be that. But yeah, that's my notes.
Okay, all right, I like it.
But any more thoughts on any of it? I guess.
Yeah, so I mean, really, I would just kind of go back and explore some of it, like just like where is Shooter McGavin's dad, or well, his dad? Sorry, Shooter McGavin. Where is he in the end?
It's Shooter McGavin.
Yeah,
at this
it's
point.
Shooter McGavin at this point. So
I mean that actor, not necessarily Shooter
not the
McGavin.
character.
But he's a fit, leathery man.
Yeah, he is aged fine.
Yes. Exactly.
So yeah, I feel like there's like we just didn't dive into it, but yeah, there's plenty you can do with all of the secondary characters, like exploring like what's their home life like, like because I assume if he's losing all this stuff here, like these people are pretty dedicated.
Yeah, who do you want to dive into? I mean, Dark X Requiem I feel like is the most boring because he's probably just a normal 14-year-old kid.
Yeah,
that's like on summer vacation and just he can game all day and
just spamming slurs on any games he plays.
Yeah, and then Nerd Cakes. I mean, yes, we already defined that she's just like a pretty attractive chick that plays this all day. She's like a model or something.
Sure, right.
Like, and that's just like a World of Warcraft obsessed.
Exactly.
Russian model or something.
Yeah, it probably works like a couple times a year, makes a shit load of money, and like I can just game. It's fine.
Skyscraper's pretty.
Yeah, like where are we going to Skyscraper? It's like I want to see more of him getting attacked by.
I think it just
Falcon or whatever.
Well, so he'd have to go buy the Falcon. So you got to understand that he had to like drive it the whole way to like probably a different state, or something.
Yeah, where it's legal, I'm sure.
Yeah, so he's probably just getting attacked the whole time, and then he was staking it out, and he had big plans of like sending him out the window of the car to attack Bork.
Just his arm like right out the window, just like the whole way. Like eagles are like spreading its wings.
Yeah, but instead it's just him, windows rolled up.
Yeah,
holding a giant falcon on his chest.
That's just packing him.
You just see wings flapping and feathers, and just hear like a Daniel Stern Home Alone 2 scream, basically coming from a muffled window rolled up car.
Yeah, it's like what is going on over there? Just as he's jogging,
just comes out like putting his headphones in, like what the. And it's just this.
Yeah. So yeah, what I get out of this, Bork just kind of sucks. I mean, like, I feel like he kind of has the ending coming. Really. It's like
he's a guy that could be at the Rocket League championships.
Yeah.
And not be grateful to the point that he won't drink something other than Mountain Dew.
Right. He won't suffer the iced tea.
Yeah.
I guess like if you really dislike tea, you'd be like, ugh.
I'll have to look it up after this. So he might be a famous figure in the Rocket League world. We may get attacked by his fans.
Great.
You're welcome.
If that comes up, it was Zeebz' idea. Remember, he pitched this one.
Oh yeah, this is my episode. Spaceman's next.
Yeah.
But that was all I wrote on it. I thought it was be a lot longer than that, but
yeah, no, I mean,
flew through it.
It's you had a good overarching story, and sometimes that moves a little quicker when you have that clearer vision. because like oftentimes like stop and have to think, some of the other scenarios. Well, how can I do this to get myself to the next point?
Well, and you had suggested a change of route earlier.
Yeah, I can't even remember which one it was at this point, but
Yeah, but
yeah.
that's what I'm saying is, it's more it'll hit you fresh and you get
Right.
immediate reactions kind of thing compared
Yeah.
to the thought out.
Yeah, no, there's plenty you can do with this. There's so many just silly people out there that just dedicate their lives to video games.
Well, and we really only explored Bork
Yeah.
and his home life.
Because like out there, have you really thought about the other people that, like they're on the other side of that screen? Like, what are their lives like?
Or the other guilds. What
Yeah.
would the rival guild be? We didn't even name this guild.
Yeah, true.
You know,
Probably the Masters of the Universe.
it took us till episode 2 before anyone had a name.
That's true.
We really upped the bar with that one.
We did. We set a new standard.
Well,
So-
you did, and now I have to write names every time.
Well, I mean, we got some gamer tags.
soon we're gonna be writing whole movies.
I mean,
You understand what you're leaning into? It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, that's crazy talk.
Yeah.
We're never gonna do that.
Yeah, because this is not what we do.
No, we don't finish it.
No.
Well-
And we'll remind you that you can listen on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Music, anywhere you get podcasts. Watch our live streams on Twitch and YouTube. Hang out in the chat. If you comment something that, could change the route of the movie, we're all for it as long as it's relevant. Please check us out on social media. We're on most platforms. That's the best way to find out when we'll be recording our next live stream. And you can find all those links at linktree/WWFTpod. Any more thoughts, Spaceman?
I mean, really just closing out with just picturing Bork fighting Shooter McGavin. I mean, take that with you. Like, that's
Putting his chin in his back.
yeah, putting his Jay Leno chin in his
It turns
back.
out nobody knows how to fight.
Yeah, nobody.
For some
Well,
reason, the whole
clearly.
family knows.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna leave you with that.